Good day. Welcome to the opening chapter of Genesis. I'm glad you're here. One of the things that most people might not really be aware is that in the original versions of the Old and New Testament, there was no such thing as chapters and verses. Those are an invention of modern man, well, fairly modern anyway. I think the first time they actually appeared was in the Geneva Bible, which was published, if I remember correctly, about 1560. Before that, it was just like a story, just all the text. I'm going to be reading from the online version of the King James Bible that I downloaded from www.gutenberg.org. And you can do that absolutely free, or you can read along with your King James version of the Bible that you might have at home. The first book of Moses, called Genesis. In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear," and it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself, upon the earth," and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself, after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth," and it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven." And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters bring forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful, and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowls multiply in the earth." And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind," and it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, "Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Now, there are a number of things that probably will come up as questions. One of the things that we should get out of the way very quickly is in the very first verse. It says, in the beginning. We know from other scriptures we have that Moses has written that the in the beginning does not refer to the beginning of eternity or the beginning of God's work or creation. It refers only to the creation of this earth and the preparation on this earth for human life. Everything that happened on this earth is basically designed for us as human beings to have a place to live, have bodies, learn the things we need to learn. When we go back to Heavenly Father, we'll have learned what we came here for. One other question that probably comes up very often is people ask, what is the firmament? Well, the Hebrew word for firmament means actually expanse. And so when the waters are divided, the waters under the firmament would be the seas or the oceans, and the ones above the firmament would be the clouds, the water vapor that is in the air. If you were to look at the earth, you would see that they look like two very different things, but even though they're both water, they're two very different things. And as we go through, first off, you have the right to believe whatever you want from the scriptures. There will come a time when you'll find out whether you're right or not, and that's sometimes perfectly fine, but sometimes it pays to think about these things a little bit before you actually make a decision and act on it. The question sometimes comes up is, did he really do all that in just 6 days, 144 hours, 6 24-hour days? Now, in Genesis chapter 40, the word day is used again, and this time it means a season. And if I remember, it's someplace in Judges, it might be Judges 11, it talks about day as an indefined period of time. And obviously, I don't want to take anything away from God, and I don't have the right to do that. But I think he works differently than a lot of people think he does in terms of creating things. I rather doubt that he went poof, flicked his fingers or whatever, and everything just sort of appeared out of nothing, because the word create in Hebrew that is used here actually means to organize. And the suggestion would be that Heavenly Father took already existing parts of planets and whatever else there was and built this earth out of those pre-existing things. We know from other scriptures of Moses that there were other planets that have existed before ours, not necessarily here, but other places, and that it's a process of organization and work and making it stick. So we get building a place, just like you would build a house or a garden. You just don't go poof and it's there. So basically, we also see that Heavenly Father made us in his own image. Now, I believe that means that he has 2 eyes and a face, and 2 arms and legs. And we'll find out that he was walking in the garden. Usually would indicate you got legs. Pretty similar to us. And when you realize that if we're in his image, he obviously is in the same image as us. Jesus said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. So it'll be interesting as we go through, lots of interesting things to learn.